My name is Naomi Zeibt, and I'm a patriotic German defender of free speech, and I vow to destroy the woke mind virus all across the world. This is the pandemic that you should seriously be concerned about, not this new monkeypox scheme that is once again another attempt to silence you and to pressure you into compliance, to give up your bodily autonomy, the ultimate freedom and sovereignty that you have.
The situation constitutes a public health emergency of international concern.
COVID was just so strange. We lost a lot of people during COVID, and most of them are still alive.
So why do I, as a German, involve myself in these international issues? Lately, I've been reporting on Brazil, the United States of America, the UK, France, Venezuela, and much more. Because we are all fighting the same fight. We are all in the same boat because we want to achieve freedom.
¡Viva la libertad, carajo!
Our only agenda is to liberate the precious Western civilization from the socialist grip that the totalitarians in power have on our freedom. Socialism is not just an economically destructive idea that is based on a complete misunderstanding of the motivations of humanity. No, it's much worse, and it has evolved into a truly genocidal, extinctionist agenda that affects our entire culture.
A lot of people thought, the Biden administration would be a moderate administration, but it's not. We were just going to see an even further left administration with Kamala. That's my honest opinion. Her dad is a Marxist economist. You can Google it.
But socialism disguises itself deceitfully in moralistic justifications and euphemisms. So today we shall have a look at exactly this ideology and dismantle it. The one big term they use to justify all their claims is equity. Equity, doesn't that sound so nice? Everybody is equal, everybody deserves equal. However, socialism, cultural socialism and economic socialism is always incompatible with freedom. And so if you want to stay sovereign within your own identity, then you have to reject this socialist cultural ideology.
Equality suggests often everybody should get the same thing. Well, that often assumes everybody started out in the same place, as opposed to equity, which is everyone should end up in the same place.
Equity relies on the idea that we have to perfectly equalize outcome across all demographics. These intersections are established based on their ranking in the overarching identity narrative.
Intersectionality describes the ways that we benefit from or are harmed by systems of oppression according to our overlapping identities.
If you follow the mainstream news, you get a rough idea of how the media perception values these marginalized communities on a social credit point scale. Gender, race, class, etc. However, the problem is that you can always divide and subcategorize each of these groups again and come up with a million, with infinite factors that contribute to your status on the victimhood hierarchy. What it all comes down to is that it's impossible for us to perfectly identify the exact scope of oppression for each of these victimhood groups. And then furthermore, we also have to continuously adapt as the narrative changes and your status in the victimhood hierarchies changes. But the main problem is, you're not supposed to keep up with it anyway. This is not your job, because thankfully you can hand it all over to the government. And that's where it gets dangerous. Because once you give up all your power, all your freedom, all your decision making for yourself and your community, you have someone else above you who regulates everything. Everything. Your entire life is supposed to be micromanaged by someone, some hubris entity up there, who is allegedly capable of identifying your status in society? Who could be so all-knowing? What kind of God do we have in society who could do that? The president? Kamala Harris? Do you trust Kamala Harris or Joe Biden with your life?
They are stupid.
the socialist oligarchy, as prescribed by people such as communist coconut Kamala, you equip a tiny, disproportionately privileged government authority with all the power to micromanage your every move. And therefore, individualism is preferable over communist collectivism. Because individualism allows you to focus on each individual separately. That is true fairness in how you treat a person. Yes, we do take into account statistics for societal decisions that we make, but as an individual, you should have the freedom to judge everyone individually. The socialist ideology does not agree with that, and therefore they try to stigmatize you if you disagree with them as far right, as a Nazi even. Individualism gives you the highest resolution of each individual that you encounter. And I want to see you, not your identity, not your heritage, not your background. I want to see you as you are right now. And I want to see you succeed. And success is only possible in a meritocracy.
We need to be very cautious about anything that is anti-meritocratic and anything that is that results in the suppression of free speech.
And I know that you believe in meritocracy because that's exactly what life is all about. Life is a game, always striving for something higher. Beating others, but also beating yourself. You want to be better than who you were yesterday. I approach each day with gratitude, and I look forward to the future of humanity, because no matter what happens, I constantly believe in the good of humanity. And that is our ideology, that is our agenda. We want humanity to prosper. The socialist globalist agenda is against all of that. It's extinctionist. And it condemns humanity for being a burden on the planet. I trust you, and therefore I want you to be free. I want Brazil to be free. I want the UK to be free. I want Germany to be free. I want the USA to be free. Please vote accordingly this year and make freedom great again.